So today I'm going to film a tag video. From what I understand, Zoella invented this tag back in November in 2017, and I kind of really like it. It's called YouTube Show and Tell, and it's just something I can relate to because show and tell was such a big part of my life when I was a kid in primary school. Once a week we'd bring something from home and we'd talk about it and show it to the kids. So the name obviously drew me in already just because childhood, but I loved the sort of questions she had in the tag. And it just started making me feel very nostalgic about YouTube in general. So I thought I would just film a video on it. So the first question is, why and when did you start YouTube? I actually opened my account back on my birthday, the 13th of December, 2009. So that's when I signed up for YouTube, but I don't think I uploaded my first video till, I think it was the 27th of January 2011. So over 2 years later, I uploaded my first video. And at that time, I'd been watching a lot of YouTubers, makeup YouTubers, and I started my channel so that I would have a page to see all the same subscriptions, because at the time I had to keep going to each of the individual channels. So that's the actual reason I signed up for an account. But why I set up my own channel was because Elise Art, who is an amazing special effects YouTuber, had a competition where she was asking people to enter with a particular makeup look, and I was such a huge fan. I'm still such a huge fan of her work, but I was such a huge fan back then. And I had to submit the work via video, so that's the very first video I uploaded, and it was thanks to that competition. So number 2 is, what is the reason you started your channel, and how does that compare to the reason you do it today? Well, I started the channel so that I could compete in Elise's competition, so that was the main reason. As for now, well, I guess it's really different because now I love making YouTube videos. It's a real passion. I feel like one of the reasons it's such a good passion because it allows me to express myself creatively the way I've always wanted to express myself. I feel like in my years, I've spent many years cosplaying. Prior to that, I was making a lot of websites. I was a kid, I would draw a lot. I felt like I was always pursuing some sort of creative outlet, but nothing quite meshed. Like, it was always either musically, so also I've been doing piano since I was 5 years old, so I would always create music, I would play music, but none of it really meshed together. Like, it was either always purely visual or purely audio, whereas I feel like YouTube, because it's a video platform, you kind of combine those two. So I get to bring in all the visual stuff, and I still get to do all the music and the sounds and combine them into one thing that I feel really expresses all the things in my mind, in my heart, and everything like that. So that's the main reason I do YouTube now. What was your first video you've ever uploaded? It's gonna be that video I entered in Elise's makeup competition. I remember editing that. For some reason I thought, oh, editing videos is so easy. I will leave this very last minute and not a big deal. It was a nightmare because I didn't know how to edit video at the time, and I actually did film video footage of me, but I couldn't work out how to edit the videos, so I ended up just putting lots of pictures of me instead, kind of like a slideshow deck or something like that. And then I did have 1 or 2 clips, but it was so basic and it was kind of embarrassing, but I've never taken it down because that's a representation of where I started, and I kind of always want that to be there. Question 4, who was the first person you subscribed to? I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to take a stab and assume it was Michelle Phan, because she was and still is a legend in my opinion. And I found her videos incredibly, incredibly inspiring. I would watch her when she was back in Florida. I think she was still studying at the time. So it was back in the early days, and I don't know, it's kind of she's such an inspiration. She really inspired me, and I always felt really good watching her videos. Number 5, what is the least favorite video you've ever uploaded? Don't know if I have a specific least favorite. I'd say generally the videos that I'm not the biggest fan of are the vlogs that I'm not doing too much on, especially some of the earlier vlogs where I was feeling very awkward, so I feel like I couldn't share a lot. I still feel like that to some degree, but I can get into that another day. But there are certainly some vlogs that I uploaded around Once Upon a December where I basically didn't film much that day. I basically didn't have much to talk about that day, so it was 2 minutes of just random cat footage or just me saying hey and good night and stuff like that. Those are probably my least favorite because I feel like I put in no effort, and I kind of want to try and put in more effort for every video, within reason, of course. I don't want to be a perfectionist about it, but I also don't want to just upload willy-nilly, if that makes sense. What is your most popular video and why do you think that is? Oh, this is like a no-brainer. It is the ring video. Last I checked, it was at like 1.7 or 8 million views, which is just blows my mind how many views that video has. And as it still happens, all the videos that get a huge amount of views generally get a huge amount of dislikes, but I mean, the likes still override the dislikes, so I'm cool with that. Why is it so popular? I suspect that it was just SEO'd really well, and it just got tagged onto a bunch of other ring videos. That video itself is just a place on the internet that I don't go to very often because all the comments are in a foreign language, because most of the views are coming from like Turkey or Iran or Portugal or Spain, and like all the foreign countries that I don't know very much about. I don't know the language, and there's a lot of people talking to each other about the video. They like call me the devil and stuff like that, and I'm sure it's like not me personally, it's the character I'm playing, Samara. So I don't take offense to anything, but I just really don't have anything to contribute to the discussions happening. So I just find it interesting. And the other funny thing is, so when we filmed that ring video, I filmed a behind the scenes version that I put on my vlogging channel. Well, a lot of the views from that ring video have spilt over into the vlog channel, and that behind the scenes video is my most watched video in the vlog channel as well. But I have so many people accusing me of being like fake, this is not the real ring video, what scam am I trying to pull? And I'm just like, this is just a behind the scenes video of the fan video that I made, not a behind the scenes of the actual movie, which I think a lot of people think. And yeah, I just found that really funny that everyone was kind of arguing about it. I guess I don't really take those sort of comments too seriously, so I kind of can see the humor in it instead. But I did remember seeing one comment from a girl who basically was like, you guys, calm down. This is just a fan video. So, I mean, I don't remember her name, but thank you if you're ever watching this. You're awesome. Yeah, that's my most watched video. Number 7 is, how many videos do you have unlisted or private? I don't have any, to be honest. I don't tend to private videos. I don't remember actually ever deleting videos like that I felt embarrassed about or anything like that. Like, I just tend to keep them all live because that's a representation of who I am. I'm not ashamed of what I put on the internet. I am very cognizant and aware of what I film and what I put up to begin with, so I generally don't feel like there's anything I need to hide. I think the only time I would do that is if I like accidentally revealed some private information that I needed to take down. But other than that, I really don't have an issue with what I put up. Number 8, show us 10 seconds of your least favorite private video. I can't because I don't have any private videos. Number 9, which YouTuber would you choose above the rest at the moment? Which one would you click first? Ooh, this is really hard. See, it's not the YouTuber that makes me click on the video, it's the video. So like, there's a bunch of YouTubers that I'm loving at the moment that I've been watching like obsessively, but if they release a video that I know I'm probably not going to be too keen on, I just won't watch that video. Like, I'll just skip over. And then there'll be some YouTubers who I don't know as well, who I just generally don't watch as actively, but if they make a video that I think I'll be really interested in, I might. So it's hard to say for the YouTuber. I'd say generally right now it's going to be Lydia, Elise, Millen, and I'll link her channel down below. Not that she needs me to link her down below because she is like blowing up. But she's basically like a fashion beauty YouTuber based in Milton Keynes, which is in the UK. I just love her personality and her style. She's so elegant, she's beautiful, and I love that, to me at least, I feel that she's a very down-to-earth sort of person. And I feel like she's very human, and that's what I like, that I can kind of connect to how human she is. And like, she's willing to just make mistakes, and she's not too hung up on having a certain like perfect perception online. She's just doing her. And I really love YouTubers that are real like that. Number 10 is, who would be your dream collaborator? As you notice, I don't really collaborate on my channel, and that's just because I don't have very many people I would feel comfortable collaborating. I've done some collaborations with Sephi in the past because she is a huge, well, she was a big YouTuber, because she was a big cosplayer, and cosplay, I don't do cosplay now as much, but it's still a very important thing in my life, so that's something that we would collaborate on. Violet has chipped in a little bit, but for the most part, I don't really collaborate. And I think it's because when I'm talking to a camera like this now, I tend to just, I want to be myself and I want to feel comfortable. and I feel the most comfortable when I'm by myself. I think if there was someone with me, even if it was Violet, who I consider myself to feel very comfortable with, I think I would still act differently to what I'm acting like now. And it's not like I'm fake with her or I'm fake here. I think you just have different aspects or elements of your personality come out just to kind of fit that environment at the time. So yeah, that's completely not answering the question. My dream collaborator, I don't know, to be honest. There's a lot of famous people that I love, that I admire. I don't think I'd want to collaborate with them. I just want to spend time with them and pick their brains. So if I was to say like Lydia, I would love to spend time picking her brain and just talking to her and getting to know her as a person. But I don't necessarily want to film a video with her. I don't know what we would even film. Like, no, I don't really want to collaborate with anybody, really. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not going to collaborate with anyone. I probably will, like next video collaboration with Violet, but I'd love to like pick Lydia's brain or something like that. 11. What was the hardest video for you to film? So when Zoella actually answered this was really more an emotional question, as in like, what was emotionally difficult for her to film. I have never really had a video where I emotionally felt was difficult to film, and that could be because I don't open myself up to the world the way she does. But then again, I also don't feel like there's anything about me that I am particularly ashamed of or want to hide or anything like that. That's very like deep-seated emotional. I'm fortunate in that I don't feel like I have any real like mental issues. I have anxiety just like anyone else, but I'm very open about talking about that. I have a lot of personality flaws, but long ago I was always very comfortable admitting to that and talking to people about that and just saying it to anyone. I feel like for the most part I'm a pretty honest person, and I'm pretty much comfortable talking about most aspects of my life. So yeah, nothing is emotionally difficult, so I'm gonna just more talk about like physically difficult. I would definitely say videos like The Ring or like the zombie videos. Basically, oh my gosh, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I have done collaborations. I've done them with Tobias, I've done them with Jimmy, Violet, when we do those like more action-packed videos. That's the collaborations I would do. I would love to do more of those. We just need like the time and the budget for it. But I digress. Those videos are actually the most taxing because I wear a lot of makeup, I wear very uncomfortable clothes, and I go like 8 to 10 hours where I don't get to eat or drink anything because I can't really ruin the makeup. And it's kind of like a 3-second shot in the video may have taken 2 hours to shoot because we had to do so many different angles and we had to do repetition, and some of the shots need to be set up only to be destroyed to be set up again. So those videos are the most physically taxing videos to film, but I also think they're the most rewarding videos. Like when we look back on them, especially I love the behind the scenes videos. It's just such great memories with friends, and it's like the ultimate expression of my creativity in the cosplay world. I get to actually act out the actual characters with like the right special effects and everything like that. So yeah, those are probably the hardest videos to film. Number 12, if all your videos but one were deleted, which would you keep? I think this is going to be a semi-recent video, and it's going to be the Maldives honeymoon video that I released back in October or November last year, which was basically just kind of a visual diary of some of the times that we spent in the Maldives when Tobias and I went on our like 1-year belated honeymoon. Just because that was a really sentimental video for me. That is probably the most personal video I've ever uploaded on the internet because I don't generally show a lot of my like personal life. Like I don't ever put my family online or anything like that, and Tobias is probably the only member of my family that I do put online, and that's mostly because he has his own channel. But other than that, like, yeah, I think that would be the one, because that's like my most precious video. Number 13, what's the best thing to have come out of making your YouTube channel? Honestly, I think it would be the motivation, the confidence, the inspiration, the good feels. Let's categorize it as good feels. The good feels that come out of running a YouTube channel, out of being active online, all that sort of stuff, because to me, this YouTube channel, it was the first real, I won't even say it was this YouTube channel, but like when I started making websites, and then I did fan websites, and I did cosplay, then I did blogging, which eventuated like into a YouTube channel, and the YouTube channel has grown into multiple YouTube channels, which has grown into a side business, which has actually grown into like multiple side businesses, and that has created a life that I love. I do it because I want to do it, because I'm passionate about it, because I want to express myself, because I want to connect with people who are similar-minded, all that sort of stuff. So that's the best thing. It's given me a really positive, good life, I guess, in that sense. Like, not a good life in the sense of being able to afford a lot of stuff, that's my job, but it's given me a lot of like mental health well-being, emotional well-being, all that sort of stuff. Last question, 14. What's one piece of advice you'd give other YouTubers? I don't really feel like I'm in a position to give other YouTubers good advice because I don't consider myself to be a highly successful YouTuber. I'm kind of just a hobbyist YouTuber. I make videos. I mean, I've seen hobbyist YouTubers who are far more successful than me that do it as just a side thing. So I feel like I'm just not the right person to be giving any sort of advice. So what would I say if maybe a friend wanted to get into YouTube? I would say start, for one, just start. A lot of people want to start YouTube but are scared for what people think of them, all that sort of stuff. It's really two things. Start and just don't care what people think. Like, just don't care. I am still so guilty of this. I still worry about the judgment that I can get and all that sort of stuff. I think that's just very human. But, I mean, if I could change one thing about me, it would be to, like, just not care. Those are all the questions from the tag. I would love to tag people, but I feel like all my close friends who do YouTube either have stopped doing YouTube or don't do these sort of videos. Like, they don't do beauty videos. They're, like, in other sort of industries. So I can't really tag anyone. So yeah, I don't know. If you want to do this video, let me know. Do it. Let me know so I can watch it because I would love to watch your video, your version of this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all the love and support. This is Celina reporting from my room. Back to internet.